Today we're going to talk a little bit about souvenirs. There was a saying in World War II, the German soldier fights for the Fuhrer, the Japanese for their emperor, Russia for the motherland, English for king and country, and the American soldier fights for souvenirs. If you are losing a war, you don't have time to take souvenirs. It's a way that the soldier told himself that he was doing well, and when he sent that stuff home to his family, it's a way he told his family he was doing well. In this case, we have three of our more interesting souvenirs. This German cap belonged to Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox, arguably one of Germany's greatest generals. In June of 1945, one of our units, the 141st Infantry Regiment, used Rommel's house as a CP, a command post. And this hat was found in his home. Inside his hat is a paper label. You can see it is typed and it says General Field Marshal Rommel, and there's a number. That number is the German postal code for North Africa. You can see in the picture I found that he is wearing a hat much like the one that our soldiers found. Now this hat that we have has a replacement braid. The donor did that himself before donating it to the museum, and so he replaced that original braid with a more modern one. Here we have a birthday present that was given to a man named Max Amann. Max Amann was the publisher of Mein Kampf, and he was a close friend of Adolf Hitler's. The 36th Infantry Division arrested Amann on a chafe warrant in World War II, and so this birthday present was picked up from his house when he was arrested. Here we have an eagle. This is taken off a place called Fischhorn Castle in Zell, Austria. At the end of the war, Herman Goering, who had been head of the Luftwaffe, was out of favor. And he was worried, and he was looking for some American soldiers to surrender to. So he sent one of his lieutenants out. And that lieutenant came across a small group of soldiers from the 36th Infantry Division, specifically the 142nd Infantry Regiment and some from the 636 Tank Destroyer. So one Jeep and a couple of scout cars followed this lieutenant to Fischhorn Castle, where they were going to meet Herman Goering. In this photo, you see an American soldier on your left, and that is Les Leggett. Les had been an original Texas National Guard soldier, but had transferred to the 636 Tank Destroyer. And he was one of those soldiers who was at the castle waiting for Goering to arrive. Les stood guard duty at the gate. And so this eagle, he took off the gate as a reminder of his part in the capture of Herman Goering. At the bottom, we also have some cigarettes, which a different soldier took from Goering's desk at Berchtesgaden. On this wall, we have our largest war souvenir from World War II, and this is the 142nd Silver Service. In April of 1945, some soldiers from the 142nd Infantry Regiment captured some German soldiers, and those German soldiers had a trunk. And inside that trunk was 200 pounds of silver objects, silver bars, silver candlesticks, silverware, etc. Somehow, the regiment got permission from the War Department, and in the fall of 1945, they took the silver to a German silversmith and they had it melted down. They had it made into this punch bowl, 150 cups, which is one for every officer of the regiment, 2 ladles, and a plaque. The punch bowl, the cups, and the plaque all have the distinctive unit insignia for this regiment. If we tried to melt down the silver today, you're looking at about $250,000 of meltdown value, not even including its historic value. From 1946, when it was shipped back to the United States, until 2007, this punch bowl remained with the regiment, where they used it every year for a yearly dining out. It came to the museum in 2007 to be put onto display. So there is a brief look at some of the more important souvenirs in the museum's collection.